And you're listening to My Country Australia with Pete and special guest host tonight, Johnny Shiloh. And on the phone from Bendigo, we've got Beck Simmonds from Boots and All. G'day, Beck.
G'day, guys. How are we?
We're very, very well. And yourself?
Excellent. Tired, but good.
Yeah, we're just talking off air, and you actually know Johnny.
I do. I had the pleasure of meeting Johnny not long ago when he was playing in Bendigo. I was one of his waitresses for the evening.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And she did a good job of it too. She really looked after me. Yeah, wonderful.
Awesome. All right, Beck. My audience probably never heard of who Boots and All are. Give us the rundown.
Okay. We're sort of a country rock band based out of Central Vic in the Bendigo area. We started as a duo about 8 years ago, myself and Jeff Browning, a young guitarist that I'd met who was playing other gigs.
Yep.
And we discovered we both had this love of country music and had been playing in other bands and not doing country at that time, and decided that we were going to start up as a duo and do country because that's where both our hearts sort of were. Mm-hmm. And the rest was history. A couple of years later, we added young Kate on drums and Matt on bass that Jeff had known through playing music previously. And we became a four-piece band,
Yep.
And it's sort of taken off and gone strength to strength, really. We've been very busy and very lucky, which is good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny's got his phone going off here. Now,
Oh, dear.
Bendigo, the country music scene in Bendigo, is it pretty vibrant or...?
It's pretty quiet, really, compared to some areas in Victoria.
Yeah.
We've been lucky enough that a couple of years ago, one of the guys from Triple M actually approached me about starting what's now called One Hot Country Night. So we've done that for the last couple of years. So that's been nice. We brought in Lee Kernaghan and the Wolf Brothers first year.
Uh-huh.
And the Davidson Brothers, which everyone probably knows,
Yep.
who are Bendigo boys. And then earlier this year we brought in Casey Chambers. So that's been a nice sort of new country music festival in the area. There are a couple of country music nights, the Bendigo Country Music Association, and that have their monthly meets and things, which we've been lucky enough to guest artist at, which has been really nice. But it's been really lovely to see some more of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's. Look, I notice in Victoria, there's, unless you're out via the border or whatever, there's not really much around.
Yeah, absolutely.
In Melbourne, it is getting better in Melbourne, but it still needs a lot of work. We actually need a full-on country place where people can just go and listen to country music. So
yeah, absolutely, I agree 100%. We found it hard in the beginning because we're younger, I guess. A lot of festivals and clubs and things were a bit concerned that we may not have been suitable, that we may have been a bit young and loud, but
Yep.
we sort of reassured them and they love us, and we've been back numerous times. I think it's based on the fact that we do cover modern country and the good old stuff. I grew up listening to Slim Whitman and Jim Reeves and that sort of thing. So we do cover old country as well as some of the new stuff and Australian country as well. We do, and we write our own stuff as well. We've actually got an EP that we've released, and we're currently trying to get time to finish the album, which is a little bit awkward when we all work full-time. Yeah. Trying to find the time to sit down and get it done.
It seems to be the big thing in the music industry these days, that everyone is working full time just to pay to get their albums done, and then trying to find times to get their albums done.
Yeah, absolutely. When we're all available and when we can all sit down and get the tracks down in the studio makes it hard.
Yep.
We have got the EP, which is good, so that was a start.
Mm-hmm. So have you got a good studio that you're working through?
We have our own studio, so we have that set up so that it sort of makes it a bit easier, so that if time does come up where we're all available. We don't have to worry about booking another studio. We can do it ourselves.
Yep.
And just sort of, we can all drop everything and go in and do stuff. Predominantly Jeff, the young guitarist, he's the studio whiz. He sort of gets in and lays everything down, and I'm lucky enough to be vocalist that can come in and, you know, he's done the hard yards and I lay down vocals and then he performs his magic and
fixes it all up for you.
Yeah. He does the hard yards.
Yeah. All right. Now, you're talking about the album. When do you think you'll have the album ready?
At this stage, we're hoping that we'll have it. Our peak time sort of starts from this coming weekend. You know, we've got lots of country lovers that are getting hitched, so we've got a number of weddings coming up. But we're hoping we've got some big news announcements coming in the next week to couple of months. So we're hoping we'll have things organised and the album completed by early mid next year.
Yep.
And that we can then do an album launch, you know, at some stage around then.
Right.
That's all going well.
Awesome. Now, you're just talking about gigs. You've got a few weddings coming up. But any other gigs that you want to tell the people about that you can come and see you?
Absolutely. We do have some public shows around Central Vic and up in the high country coming up. So on the 9th of November, we're actually in Toolamba. So they've got a CFA ball there. So tickets are available via the Toolamba CFA event. They're all on the Boots and All Facebook page. So if people are interested, I think that off the top of my head, it's about $60, and that's for dinner and all the entertainment.
Yes,
so that's the 9th of November. And then the following weekend, we're actually in Omeo again. We play up at the Hilltop Hotel in Omeo. So that's the weekend of the Omeo show. So we'll be back up there the 16th of November.
Yep, at 8 o'clock. The Omeo show after party.
It'll be an 8 till 8. Yeah,
8
that's
till 8.
the one.
Very good.
Yeah.
We like the 8 till 8.
If people are interested, they can, and on social media, they can find our Facebook page, and all our public events are advertised on there. And if they've got questions or inquiries or after a copy of the EP or anything, they can just direct message me through the page.
Yep, no problem. So that's Boots and All. So a BOOTS -N-all. So look for that. Yep.
That's
Don't
correct.
put the hyphens in there because you get sent somewhere else, which is what I did.
I do believe there is a British punk band called Boots and All. A few people have told me they've tried to find us and ended up with a British punk band. And I'm like, no, that's not us.
Well, I tried to tag you in the post that I put up the other night. I tried to tag Boots and All in the post. I tagged you yourself, but tried to tag Boots and All, and I couldn't find it. It brought all these other Boots and Alls up, but not yours. So anyway, there.
I'll send you through a direct link.
That's all good. All good now. I've found it, so we're all good.
Excellent.
All right now. Well, I think that's about it.
No worries. Well, it's lovely to have a chat, guys. Thank you so much.
No problems, and we will get you back on when the album comes out. So keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
But for now, we are going to play one of your songs, which is called "Reflection in the Water."
Oh, lovely.
So,
thank you so much, guys.
Before you go, what's Reflection in the Water about?
Reflection in the Water was actually written predominantly by Jeff, the guitarist, who's a young fella, and he wrote it before he had any children of his own, and he wrote it through his parents' eyes, looking at, you know, the things they must have experienced with him growing up.
Uh-huh.
And he gave it to me a little bit unfinished and said, can you complete this? Because you're a mum, you know what needs to go in. And so I just sort of put a little bit of me on it, and it's all about just being a parent and how your kids fit in your life and that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's a lovely track and it's probably one of my favourites.
All right, no problems. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Beck, thank you very much.
Thank you, Beck.
You're welcome. Thanks very much, guys.
No problems. And this is Boots and All with Reflection in the Water.
reflection in the water. You're my son. You're my daughter. If you look closely, reflection in the water. You don't know what I've seen, what you mean to me. You don't know what I've seen, what you mean to me. I've held your hand in mine since you came into this life. But now that you are older, I'll hold you in my heart. You tell me not to worry, that you're gonna be just fine. But you'll always be my baby until the end of time. 'Cause you're my son, you're my daughter. If you look closely, you're my reflection in the water. 'Cause you're my son, you're my daughter. If you look closely, you're my reflection in the water. My reflection in the water. Reflection in the water. Reflection in the water. 'Cause you're my son, you're my daughter. My reflection in the water. You're my reflection in the water. Reflection in the water. You're my reflection in the water. Reflection